What are 3 things you need to be mindful of if you're choosing to relocate to Zambia? Hey, Jason, if you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me as I'm on my 9th year as a full-time nomad expat. I'm on my 3rd continent in my 4th country of Zambia, and I've just been sharing sharing some of my tips that I've learned along this 9-year journey, but most importantly, some of the reasons why you may want to actually come to Zambia also. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. Okay, so what are 3 things that you may want to be cautious for or watch out for before moving to Zambia? Now, I've been sharing a lot of videos about how the things that are great here, such as the cost of living is very affordable, the people are very friendly, it's super safe, the banking system is super safe also, plus it has a good return of interest rate on it. But what are some of the things that may not be that great here? And so the first one is with clothes. Now, if you're a bigger guy like me with the broad shoulders, it is going to be hard to find clothes, especially if you wear 2X or 3X. Now, here's the thing you got to realize. Once you leave the United States, the sizes are not the exact same. 2X in the US may be a 3 or 4X in another country, maybe even up to 5 or 6X. The size differential is very different, and it's because of the structure of the people in that region. And so here in Zambia, guys are a lot smaller. My shoulder width is about 4 to 5 inches wider than the average guys here. So what I've been doing now is actually getting more clothes custom made from designers, just because shopping off the shelf has been very, very difficult. Every once in a while I can get something maybe from Woolworths, but even then, it's a hit or miss. And this is how funny it was. When I was in Ndola, I saw things that was a size 5X or 6X, which at first I was embarrassed to pick them up. But then even when I went to try them on, the clothes could not fit because of my shoulders. And so if you are a bigger guy, make sure you bring enough shirts with you just to make it by for a few months. And then you want to look into finding a designer locally that can make the clothes for you. And so that's one of the beautiful things about Zambia. You can get custom-made clothes, suits, and everything, and it's very affordable. 3-piece suit, when I was looking at that, it's about $250 US. Now, the second thing is, and most of these is going to be for guys. And the second thing is, if you're a guy with a big foot, if your foot is 12 or bigger, it is going to be extremely difficult for you to find shoes. I wear a size 13. I have a person that every once in a while they get a size 13 in, and so I actually go buy shoes just from them. If you're here in Lusaka and you wear a size 13 or 12 and you need to know where to go, just shoot me a message down below and I will shoot you his WhatsApp number. He is actually in Kamwala Market, and they actually work on getting in size 13 just for me, because they know if they get them in, it's going to be a guaranteed sale. And I pay anywhere from 500 to 750 kwacha per shoe, which is about 17 to 21 US dollars. But you will have a very difficult time, like getting slides and things like that. A friend of mine, she was looking for me, and it took her about a month to finally find my size. At first, people thought, a lot of people here thought oh, I've just been a little bit difficult. And then until they started actually looking for shoes my size also, they realized, it is a challenge. Here in Zambia, I would say the average shoe size is about anywhere from an 8 to about a 10 for guys. Every once in a while, you may see a Zambian wearing a size 11, but they just not bigger people here. I don't know what the US has that made us bigger, but the men here are a lot smaller. So if you're a guy with a big shoe size, bring you a few pairs. I would say bring about 4 or 5 pairs. And then after that, I can share with you the guy in Kamwala Market, and he can help you out as far as getting maybe a 12 or a 13 if you need it. And so it's going to be a challenge. And this isn't just a Zambian thing. This is a worldwide thing. You do not find many big sizes really outside of the US or the UK. If you go to South Africa, you can get a few. I can't remember the name of the shoe store, but I used to go to the one in CBD, and they had every once in a while they have 3 or 4 pairs of size 13. So it's been a challenge since I've left the United States. And so just be mindful of that. It's going to get annoying sometimes. Yes, it's going to be a stressed out thing, but just be mindful for it. It's not as bad as you can make it out to be. If you're just willing to get an assistant or look around yourself, you will eventually be able to find something that's your size. And now the third thing is, and this is one that is very important, you need to make sure your bank is an international friendly bank. And what I mean by this is there's sometimes when there's no money in the ATMs and it may still charge off on your account. So you need a bank that is very customer friendly, and they're going to be able to understand that, hey, this is just a normal transaction overseas that can happen where the ATM ran out of money and it still charged your account. It's like this just happened to me yesterday. I was pulling out about $70 US worth of kwacha, and it still charged my account, and it didn't have any money in the ATM. So I had to just get online right away, talk to customer service. Now I use a military banking of USAA, and they're very super friendly when it comes to international transactions, and they understand the difficulties of it. But if you're not someone who has military banking access, you need to find a bank account that is going to be international friendly, or see if your bank have international regulations that will be easier for you to get transactions back that you may lose. And this isn't, let me go and say this again, this isn't just a Zambian issue. This is something that can happen worldwide. Some banks do not talk to other banks, so you need to make sure your bank is international friendly. Like in Colombia, I can tell you this, like Colombia has very strict banking laws with the US, and so not all ATMs you can use that. Most of the ATMs will reject your bank, but you can use some of the bigger ones there. And so just be mindful of these things, like you're moving overseas to actually have fun, expand your life, enjoy your life. And so don't let these little inconveniences be the things that actually make being in paradise to turn into hell. There's going to always be something that comes up. Nothing is perfect. And just remember, you have to get rid of that utopian complex. This escape the matrix thing that people are selling now is a lie. You're never going to escape the matrix, where the world is comprised of matrices. So just because you're leaving your home matrix, you're going to be going into a different matrix. And there's going to be good and bad within that matrix also. And so I just wanted to share this video with you. It's a very quick one. After that happened to me yesterday with the ATM, and then I was looking for some shirts, couldn't find my size, and I was just like, oh man, I need to share this information because somebody else may be thinking about moving overseas and thinking like, oh, I can just get everything there. Yes, you can get some things overseas, and some things you do need to bring with you. And if you're a guy that's on the bigger side, make sure you bring some shirts with you. Make sure you bring shoes with you. Jeans, you'll be able to find jeans here. Like let's say if you have a waist size 42 or higher, there's a place called Commersa. You can actually, Comesa. And you can buy jeans that run in the bigger size there. Yet again, I'm going to always emphasize this. Get an assistant that can actually do these things for you, where they can get your measurements, know everything you need, and let them go get it. That way you don't have any issues with the pricing. So please be mindful of that. Get an assistant, guys. And just if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you're a guy who have figured out places in Zambia or any other country of how to get around the sizes or the ATM issues, or if you're using an international friendly bank account, leave that information down below. Like I say, I'm using a military banking account, but I know everyone doesn't have access to that. And so sharing is the best way to get information out. And just remember, I'm always say this, it's 2024. From here on, we need to be focused on collaboration. There's no point in trying to compete with one another. And the more information we share with each other is going to make it simpler and easier for more people to be living abroad and actually enjoying their life for the long time while they're overseas. And so just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.